Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP. And today we'll be breaking out the tanks for our first ever game of Achtung Panzer. Alright, so thanks to Warlord for sending us a advanced copy of the rules and the tokens. We're looking forward to this. I've been watching some of the videos already out there. It looks pretty fun, so it's our turn to give it a try. And we're going to be in late war, 1945, somewhere in Germany. And it's going to be the Americans versus the Germans. So as this is our very first game, we are going to make some mistakes. That just goes with the territory of playing a new game. So I apologize for any mistakes we make. Hopefully nothing too egregious. We'll definitely try our best. So this is a learning game for us. It's not a teaching game. We're not teaching you how to play. We're just learning it now, but through us going over it, we will hopefully show you guys how the game works. I don't know the format of this video. Every new game is a new style, a new format for video purposes. We'll probably go over a lot of the stuff to begin with, but as we get more comfortable with it, we'll just skip through and just try to stick to the action like we normally do. So that's the plan. What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the mission, the terrain, and all that stuff. So terrain-wise, well, first of all, we're using our medieval city map by Cigar Box Battle. Wanted to try a little urban stuff, so perfect map for any kind of European or any kind of urban map, be it medieval, modern times, whatever it is. Super cool map for that. Check out the description if you want to get one of these for yourself. As far as game terrain goes, so there's clear terrain, which the open areas are clear terrain. There's rough terrain, which basically doesn't affect tanks. It does affect wheeled vehicles, which we do have one. They can only move 4 inches. There's linear terrain, which has some special rules if you're starting away from it or if you're touching it, which we'll go over during the game. There's ambush terrain, which is going to be a big part of this game, as that's the mission we're going to be talking about, or the mission we're going to be playing, which we'll talk about in a minute. And that is a little bit different. It's almost like super rough ground, and it does affect how tanks move into it and out of it. And that's just because there could be hidden dangers lurking in there, a guy with a Panzerfaust or something like that. So they can't just go rushing through it like they normally would, just a regular piece of rough ground. At least from what I can tell so far. We'll figure out that a little bit better as we get into the game. We have a lot of linear terrain, all these hedges. There is rules for bocage, and they're very specific, and we're not going to use them. We're not going to use the bocage rules in this. We're going to just consider all of these hedges as linear terrain. And then we'll go over the ambush. Well, yeah, I'll go over the ambush terrain when we get into the mission, as that's pretty much what the mission is about, is clearing ambush terrain. So that's pretty much it for the terrain. So let's go ahead and talk about that mission. The mission we are playing is mission 2 from the rulebook. It's called block clearing. So we're going to be playing long ways. So each side is going to have a 6-inch deployment zone along their short board edge. And there's going to be 8 pieces of ambush terrain on the board. So the ambush terrain, we'll start over here. There's one in the garage, one along this hedge in the shed here, one inside the restaurant, one inside the Rat Bastard, one along that hedge there, there's one in the church, there's one in this house, and there's one along that hedge over there. So that's 8 pieces of ambush terrain. So the objective here is the attacking force, which will be the Americans. We're trying to clear out this part of the city so we can advance through it. So the objective for the Americans is to clear as much of this ambush terrain as possible. They're going to get 1 victory point for every piece of ambush terrain cleared. And then the Germans defending the town are going to get 2 victory points for every American vehicle destroyed. So that's it. Pretty simple mission. Clear the ambush terrain. And then as far as the Germans go, just take out the Americans. So that's pretty much it. Not much else to say about this mission. We're ready to get started. Real quick, before we look at the forces for the battle, Andre's allowed to turn 2 of the ambush points into strong points, which are just harder to clear, and multiple ambushes can be launched from them. Unlike regular ambush terrain, which are cleared as soon as you launch an attack from it. So he's turned the church and the garage into strong points. So those are going to be much more difficult for me to clear than normal strong points. So we'll go ahead and look at the forces. Over here with the Americans, we got our M26 Pershings. We're mixing it up a little bit. We're having the Americans are going to be rolling in with the heavy armor as opposed to the Germans. We're also going to have a Greyhound. So starting over here, I got, what did I have? 5 5 total stars I got for the Pershing, which is commanded by Sergeant Andrew Cox. So I made a 2-star commander, 2-star gunner, 1-star driver. But I did wind up getting 2 special ammo for the Pershing. And then over here I had a high caliber, Pershing was medium caliber I should say. And for point purposes, I believe this is 35 total points. To keep it close, I gave the Greyhound, I made him a high caliber. And I wound up getting like 7 stars for him. And this is Sergeant Fred Stevens commanding the Greyhound. So Fred Stevens is a veteran commander, 3-star. He's got a 2-star gunner and a 2-star driver. He has no special ammo or smoke or anything. All he has is AP rounds. And the Pershing does have HE3, which is pretty good. And they all have a smoke grenade as well. I think that's pretty much it as far as the cards go. I'm not going to go in depth on all the stats and everything. Yeah, so that's the American force, 35 points of American armor. For the Germans, we're going to be having a Panzer IV and a Hetzer. This is 36 points, so very even. They're both class 3 medium caliber tanks. So the Panzer IV, Andre rolled 7 stars for the Panzer IV. And this is James Milholland's Panzer IV. He's a veteran commander, veteran gunner, but only a rookie 1-star driver. And Andre wound up with no special ammo at all due to the late year in the war. He has a -3 on the chart. He rolled a 2 or something, so he had no special ammo. But he does have HE, smoke, and AP. I think that's pretty much it. We'll get into all the stats, armor, and all that during the game. And then he has a Hetzer as well, commanded by Lankowski. He wound up with 5 stars for the Hetzer, so Lankowski is a 2-star. He's got a 2-star gunner and a 1-star driver. And that's it for the armor. And then I think we did draw our event cards, and we've drawn our asset cards as well, so I think we'll go over those real quick. So we're gonna go over our asset cards privately. First of all, I got the event cards. I got Poor Cover, Unto the Breach, Fog of War, Improvised Armor, and Charmed Life. So I'm not going to read all these off right now. But the asset cards I did, you can pick these based on the number of stars that you get. So I had 5 total stars to spend. And since my goal is to clear ambush points, I brought as many ambush clearing ones as I had in my hand, or in my deck. So I got infantry that can clear ambush points. I have combat engineers which can clear ambush points or strong points. So that's a good one. I don't think Andre's going to be ready for that. And then I just brought an airstrike to hopefully get lucky and take out one of Andre's tanks with it. So to play these, you have to have a reinforcement event card. And one of the questions I haven't quite found the answer to yet, I actually drew a reinforcement card when we went through it. But it says to play when drawn, so there might be somewhere in the rules where it specifically says take out the reinforcement card or something like that and only put them in when you draw. I don't know. But I took it out and just drew another one just to clear up any confusion. So from now on, if we're going to play these, when we pull a reinforcement event card out, we can start playing these. And those are my event and asset cards.
All right. So my asset cards, I chose the 88 millimeter anti-tank gun for 5 and the sniper for 1 to fill out my 6 points. So the 88, the effect, if you can trace line of sight from your board edge to an enemy tank, resolve an attack. And it's a roll 3 dice needing a 6, penetration of 7. So looks pretty strong. The sniper, choose an unbuttoned enemy commander. He must either button up immediately for the rest of the game or roll a d6 on the button up table. So both of those I think can be very effective. A lot of those cards had to do with springing ambushes, which would eliminate the ambush terrain, which is what Travis is trying to do. So I skipped those cards. So 2 pretty powerful cards. For my event cards, I've got Strong Point, which I really like. That allows me to change ambush train to a strong point. I've got mines, which we've both got really crappy drivers, so there's a good chance he's going to take some damage from not being able to avoid the mines. I've got hold, which I've got a veteran gunner, which means he's probably going to be able to resolve an attack on one of Travis's side arcs. So again, really good. Bad day. I can make Travis redo a successful crew check. And poor cover. It reduces the hull down cover Travis gets if he's behind ambush terrain, so I'll have a much better shot at him than he thinks. So, if I paired that with what was it? The hold. Travis might think he's behind cover with front armor pointing towards me. Not so much. Well, anyway, back to it.
Okay, so those are the asset cards and all that. So game length is going to be 45 minutes. That's not real time, that's game time. So this is how we keep track of the turn, or the game length is 45 minutes. So the top is 10-minute intervals, the bottom is 1-minute intervals. So each turn is 3, we each get to do 3 things with each tank, and then we roll 1 or 2d6 and advance time that much. So when it totals 45 minutes, the game is over. And the reason that you can pick is if you're winning and you want to speed it up, you roll 2d6. If you're losing and you need time, you roll 1d6. And I don't remember exactly how you determine it. I'll have to look that up, but I know that there's a choice involved. So this game is going to be 45 minutes long, and Andre has told me has another strong point. So where are you going to put this?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I might wait for you to target something.
Oh, you can. Okay.
It says any time, so
okay.
It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise.
You won't see it coming.
Hey, there's a strong point there, just out of nowhere. I think we're pretty much done, so we're ready to begin. So we have our order tokens here, and these are the order that the tanks are going to go in. So I will just flip these over. I'm not going to do this every time on camera, but we'll just kind of miss these around a little bit.
And he pretended like he doesn't remember that was number 2.
Okay, we'll let Andre do that. Okay. So I pick one, then you pick one.
Well, can I pick number 1? Oh, we weren't supposed to memorize it.
Yeah, so I got 4 and 3. Yeah, Andre was right.
I memorized them better than you did.
So the next thing we got to do is we got to do a radio check. So, well, actually, we should probably deploy our tanks first. So let's go ahead and just get the deployment over with real quick. So radio check. I'm a 3+ with a veteran American commander. Andre's a 2+ with a veteran German. So I passed the radio check, and so does Andre.
Whew.
Just.
So
that means the radio check means you can choose which order to put your tanks. Like you get to pick what you want to go first, what you want to go second. If you don't, I think it's random.
I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm going first and second.
Yeah, but I mean, it matters within your own 2 tanks, I guess.
Well, not so much this turn, but yeah.
Not this turn, yeah. And we did deploy. So I've deployed my Pershing over here behind the hedge, blocks line of sight. And then my Greyhound is over there. And then Andre, meanwhile, has put his Panzer IV in the barnyard area. And then his Hetzer's way over there on the road on the far edge of the board. And I think that'll do it.
Well, you still got to put your markers by your tanks.
Right? I did. So the Pershing's 3.
Oh, you put it.
And the Greyhound is 4.
You're not supposed to flip them over yet, though.
Oh, well, okay, next turn we won't flip them over.
So where on here should I put it?
Wherever, I guess. Wherever you'll remember
I think
it.
I thought you were supposed to put them by the actual tanks.
No, you can put them on here. You can put them on the card. We're new. Sorry, we're fumbling through this. All right, so go ahead and reveal. We'll pretend like I haven't revealed yet. So the Panzer IV under Milholland's going first, followed by Lankowski.
Oops, I got it backwards.
So much for the radio check.
That's why I put them by the tanks.
Yeah. Okay. And that's it. So I think we're ready to get started. All right, we're ready to begin. So we've laid out our move commands. So there's an automatic move, forward, left, right, backwards, halt, and then you can do an action, one action. And then there's some variables in there as well. So Andre's going first. Tank 1 is Milholland, which is your Panzer IV. So go ahead and reveal your move.
I'm totally confused about this.
That's the Panzer IV.
Yeah, I know.
You can switch sides if you want. I mean, it's going to help you.
It is because the way they are on the table.
Okay.
It's just okay. All right, but now my moves are on the wrong cards. Oh,
no, they're
wow.
the same. Okay, now you're confusing me. All right,
Yeah.
so he's going to go forward. So he has a move of 6 inches with the Panzer IV. So he will drive up 6. And then there's a whole variety of actions. I won't go over a whole list right now. I went over them with Andre. So do you know what you want to do with your action?
Well, I've got a question. So I can't spot anything, or
No.
okay. So there's really nothing I could do right now.
Nope. So you can do the scoot action.
So I might as well scoot. So that's 2d6.
2d6, pick the highest.
I'm gonna pick the 5 as the highest.
Okay. And then you just move another 5 inches straight ahead. There you go. So when in doubt, move. So as I mentioned, Andre, I'm not going to do a lot of comparison with what a tanker. We have played that a lot. But one of the biggest issues that I had, and Andre as well, is that a lot of time you couldn't move. So the fact that one of the two things you can do is move all the time is a welcome addition to this rule set, I think. Because it was frustrating. Like, you're just sitting there and you can't do anything. It's like, okay. I'll just sit here then.
I want to put an AP shell.
Oh, you already did the scoot.
Oh.
You want to take the scoot back and load or try to load a shell instead?
Actually,
Since we're still new here, if you want to rethink that.
I definitely think having a
Okay.
shell in the breech might be more important than being a little farther up.
You can do it in 2 steps. You can just try to go straight in with you need a 2+, and you can load it right in without going into the
that
load.
would allow me to do something else next turn.
Yeah, right.
Assuming I can actually see anything.
And with a veteran gunner, I mean,
It's 1 in 6,
Gonna roll a 1.
so 18% chance of failure.
Thank you.
But I don't really see the point
Okay.
because I don't know that I'm not seeing a whole lot of targets out there.
All right, so he's just going to play it safe and just go into the. So basically, his loader just grabbed it. It's in his hands right now. He hasn't put it into the gun yet.
Okay, so then I come over. I've got number 2 also,
Yes.
and I flip it. Hey, look at that! He's going straight ahead too.
Wow.
Well, actually, he's going straight ahead 6.
He also
Okay.
has a 6-inch move, Lankowski.
And he'll do the same thing.
Loading an AP shell into, or grabbing the AP shell. The loader has it in his hands now. That's how we're going to think
Well,
about
actually, so I'm going to actually do the extra move with this guy.
it. Scooting. Okay. So a
And
5-inch scoot.
he's going to scoot on up to there.
Okay. So that's it for tanks 1 and 2 then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move on to tanks 3 and 4, which are the Americans. All right, tank 3 for me is Andrew Cox and his Pershing. And I've done a forward move for him. I'm just going to go over both of them. I've done a forward move for both of my units. So we'll start off with the Pershing. I'm going to try to do the free pivot as with the so pivot is one of the actions you can do. If you do the pivot action, you just automatically pivot, but you do get a chance to try to do a free pivot when you move. So I do. So Andre, if you could put your finger right there. So basically a pivot is, oop, the gun is hitting your, yeah. So basically a pivot is like the width of the tank. And then if you could please move me forward 6, or, yeah, the Pershing, yeah, 6-inch speed. So he'll move up there. And then as part of the move, at any time you can turn your turret any direction.
Okay. So we actually have to truly be sighted in on somebody to...
Yeah, your turret has to be, you have to be within the arc of the turret.
Okay, so are you close enough to be seeing through that hedgerow?
Maybe. I don't know, this garage might...
Well, can you see through the hedgerow?
Oh, can I? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and there is circumstances in this game where you can see someone and they can't see you, because all sight comes from the hatch, not from like the corner of the tank or something. Okay. So the Greyhound, had him just advance. He has an 8-inch move, and I scooted 3 more, so he's up there now. And I forgot, since that pivot was a free action, I too grabbed an AP shell. No, you know what? I'm gonna load a special ammo in our. Grab it, hold it in the loader's hand, and prepare to load it in. So that's what it looks like now. Pershing's moving up. We got that Panzer IV down there. And I think that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens next. Now moved into second action of the first turn. So all the numbers stay the same. So Andre will be 1 and 2 in all 3 of these, and then when the next turn starts and we determine how much time has passed, we will redraw the numbers and see what order we go in. Alright, Andre, what are you doing with tank 1?
Right turn.
A right turn, Clyde. So it's going to be a 4-inch move and then a 90-degree pivot. Holland, he did the right turn. His plan was to go around the corner there and then scoot, which is a good plan, but he only got a 1-inch scoot, so he's sitting out there right in the open with his side armor facing the Pershing. Luckily for him, the Pershing is not loaded. Otherwise, it could have been big trouble. So that's it for Mulholland. So next up is Lankowski with the Hetzer. What was his order?
So he was doing that.
Straight
So
forward.
I've got to decide, am I going to plow that way or do I want to try and pivot?
Yep, so you get the free pivot action, and you have a 3+, or no, your driver is a 1-star. So to get that free pivot, you need to roll a 4+.
So if I don't get it, can bad things happen to me?
I think if you fail the check, yes.
Okay.
If you roll a 1, a calamity. I'll double check. And but if you just fail it out just normal, I think you just drive forward. I'll double check it.
So I got a 6-inch forward.
Yep. Yeah, and you're touching it, so you can just go right through it. If he wasn't touching it, he would have to take a test to get through it. And technically, there's a hole created there, but right now I don't think it matters.
Want me to break it in half?
No, no, please no. Okay, so he's moved up. What's his action going to be?
His action will be to
Grab an AP shell.
he's actually going to try and throw it all the way in.
Okay, so 3+, you got it. So the gunner of the loader of the Hetzer, gunner and loader are mixed up into one roll here, has loaded an AP shell. Okay, now it's the Americans. So Cox and his Pershing, I had issued a halt command, which would have been great if I had thrown the shell in fully, but sadly, oh man, this is a really wasted opportunity because I could have nailed that Panzer IV on the side with that Pershing special ammo. Okay, well, I'll just finish loading. That's all I can really do. And with the Greyhound also had a halt order, but he's going to try to clear that ambush terrain there. and try to get a victory point. So let's see how that works. So as Fred Stevens was loading up the 50 cal, he realized that that is the strong point. It's not just a hedge. There's a trench back there. They're dug in. So that is now a strong point, which is going to make it harder for me to take out. But we press on and see if we can do it. Okay, so this became a strong point. Andre played an event card. Said play anytime, turn 1, ambush point to a strong point. But I still get to do it. So normally I would use my close assault value, which is a 2. But in this case, I can only roll 1 dice, and I'm needing a 6. So the 50 cal gunner is going to light up that hedge. Needing a 6. It's not a 6. It's a 3. So that is not cleared. And if Andre were to somehow get a chance to play one of his asset cards, he could launch a Panzerfaust or some kind of anti-tank thing at my Greyhound. So it's kind of important that I clear that, but I didn't. And that'll do it for phase 2. On to phase 3 here, and we continue on. Mel Holland going first. So what is his order?
Hey, wow, look at that.
Straight ahead.
6 inches.
6 inch move forward. And we can try a free pivot.
That sounds like a good plan.
He's got a 1-star driver, so you need a 4+.
You know what? I think I'm pretty... So these hedges block line of sight?
Yes.
Okay, so...
Unless the tank's right up against it.
Yeah, so there's no chance you're going to see me from
No.
where you're at.
No.
So I'm not going to worry about having my side armor hanging out.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and get that AP shell loaded up though.
Okay.
And
so that is Mel Holland. On to Lankowski. He's driving full speed ahead. He's coming after my Greyhound, which is not good.
so 6 inches straight up. He's got a shell.
Your side armor is only 3, Andre, so I could kill you with my Greyhound if I get a side shot on you. And I am faster than you, so if I can outmaneuver you, I have a chance. I guess it's a race to see who can get to that hedge first, but I got to clear that ambush terrain first. So
You can't just ignore it.
I can. If I want to get a Panzerfaust in the ass.
Well, it depends on what you're into, I guess. Alrighty.
Okay, moving on. What's his action?
So other than...
He's already loaded.
Yeah, so I can't spot, I can't target.
Good scoot.
So I'm thinking scoots.
Scooting forward. 2d6, pick the highest. Oh, man.
I'll pick the 6.
He is racing up. That's not good. Okay.
And that was me.
All right. So I have a halt on Cox's Pershing. I'm going to turn my turret. And my action is going to be to unload the special shell. In the case of the wandering Pershing here. And then the Greyhound, I also had a halt order on. And I'm going to, again, try to clear the strong point. Stevens, clear the strong point. He does not clear the strong point. So the 50 cals is blazing away at that hedge, but nothing's happening there.
Well, in 6 turns, odds are you'll have cleared it.
Yeah, by that time your Hetzer is going to be up there along the hedge. Okay, so that's the third and final phase, or whatever you want to call it, of that turn. So now we're going to just figure out how the timing change works. Now we are technically in the admin phase. So the attacker rolls first on the time progression. The defender rolls second. So I'll just roll 2d6. Alright, so 7 minutes has passed. So I just scoot that up to 7. If I can, with one hand here. There we go. This goes back to 1. So next turn, Andre will roll to decide 1 or 2 dice.
Oh. Okay.
And then we can also discard event cards right now. So I'm going to discard 1. How many are you getting rid of?
1.
1.
And
All right.
we discarded the same one.
Yep. And then But you actually discarded 2, Andre, so you can
Well, I played one.
yeah, so you can play. You can draw 2 replacements.
So I draw one, you draw one, I draw one.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're looking for reinforcement cards. That will allow us to play our asset cards. We're guessing some of them say when drawn, but you draw cards during the admin phase. So I guess the asset cards are played during the admin phase. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but I mean, as written, that's what it says. So I did not get a reinforcement card, and I don't think Andre did either.
I'm not playing it right now. If I did,
Maybe he's got one that doesn't say play when drawn, huh? It's being sneaky.
it says play when it totally screws with Travis.
Play when worst possible timing for the Americans. Okay, now we're going to gather up our numbers and redo the order of tanks. Andre, we got a system now. I turn my back, he shuffled, and I'll pick 2. Andre doesn't like that because it's too random. I pick that one and this one.
This isn't like playing the shell game at all.
Okay, radio checks. Andre's a 3-up, I'm a 4-up. I don't pass my radio check. Andre does pass his radio check.
So I get to place mine how I like.
And then I got to figure out what happens to me. Put face down, I did not look. So whatever order they wind up in, that's the order that I have to play in because I failed my radio check. And reveal, so I got 4, which is exciting, and 2. So Andre means he's got 1 and 3. Who's 1? Oh, Mel Holland and his Panzer IV is 1.
He's always number 1.
And then the Hetzer is 3. So okay, we'll assign our movement. All right, what's Mel Holland's command? Left turn, Clyde.
Yep. So 90 degree.
90 degree and a 4-inch move. Just going up to the hedge.
He's up to the hedge.
Okay, and do you want to turn your turret?
I can do that too.
Yep. You can turn it anywhere you want as part of your move.
I'll
What did it say he's up against it? It's fine.
I'm gonna shoot over the hedge.
I'm gonna lob one in there.
So
Top armor hit.
Yeah, I'm aiming for your top armor.
Okay.
All right.
So Mel Holland's over there. What about his action? He's already got an AP shell loaded.
So I could try
He's unbuttoned.
target you, or
We can't. I don't think you can see me yet, can you? Let's check it out. All right. So Mel Holland, he's gonna spot the Pershing. He can see up here. We're saying he's up against the hedge. So he's put his little binoculars with the A next to him. And since he is unbuttoned, if he passes a crew test with a 2+ veteran commander, that's a free action. So it is a free action, meaning he can now aim at the Pershing.
so I can
Flip it over.
aim.
So he is now aiming at the. He can see the. I mean, it's really close.
It's just a little chunk here, but
Okay. Really little.
yeah, it is little, but
Okay. What next? So that was that. So next is tank 2, right?
actually, now that because it did mention that you need to not just be hitting a fender, or I mean, does the track count, or do you actually have to be hitting hull?
You have to hull or turret. It says, yeah. You can spot any part, but to aim,
Okay.
you have to actually be able to.
So why don't you hold that end?
All right, we'll give it.
And
We'll take a look at it. We've reconsidered. He didn't have. He can just see the front, that fender part right there. So we're switching it back to spotted.
Okay, so I've got another action.
You have an action, yes.
Okay, so I could do a forward move,
A scoot.
a scoot.
Yes. Come on out.
Woohoo!
What'd you get? A 1-inch move?
2-inch.
2-inch move. So he's cleared this. We'll just take this off. Hey, at least you're in the open.
Yeah. If only you had a shell loaded.
I don't have anything loaded. I'm just sitting there. Hey, they're new to the war. They just got here.
Okay, Ben, since I don't have another action, I can't spot you now that I'm...
Well, I'm still spotted. Unless I move
but
out
I
of line
can't
of sight.
target you because
Right.
I'm out of actions.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So tank
Number
2,
two.
the Greyhound. We picked the hold action for Steven's Greyhound again, and we're gonna try again to clear that strong point. Okay. If you add up every single dice I rolled, I might have gotten to a 6 by now. That was his whole thing. And next is going to be the Hetzer, tank 3.
So he doesn't have any shells loaded either?
Nope, he's just firing the 50 cal. He hasn't loaded an AP shell yet. All right, what's Lankowski doing?
Hey, look at that.
To no surprise, he's going full speed ahead. So a 6-inch move. And he's got a shell loaded?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a shell loaded. I have no shells loaded.
And he's still got another
He can do an action.
action. I guess you might as well scoot on up to the hedge, huh?
Okay. 5 inches. Good thing there's this other hedge here. You got infantry dug in behind here, so you can't shoot past there. No. Otherwise, you risk clearing your own strong point. No. All right, so that's it for Lankowski. So last up is going to be Andrew Cox and the Pershing. So the Pershing, we had a halt command, and we're going to use the Unto the Breach card for a free reload. I'm just going to throw an HE shell in and get ready to try to clear that building there. So I'll get to discard that, and I think that's it. So that was his action. I wish it'd be nice if this was a free action. Then I could have fired at the building. But anyway, so I'm using Unto the Breach. I loaded an HE shell. That's all 4 tanks. Back to tank 1.
Tank number 1.
Middle
Will.
one.
Hey, look at that. He's moving forward.
It's the typical Andre defense. Charge headlong into...
I'm defending.
He's defending. He loves to counterattack.
So, I guess the question is, do I need to move up? Is there any bonus for how much of your tank is obscured, or?
I don't think so. I'll have to look at it. You think there would be some kind of bonus for being in cover, but I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But
Because
there should be.
there should, but right now,
Most games do have that.
I guess I'm still. Well, I think I see your hull at this point.
Okay.
The question is,
So you did move forward slightly.
well, I moved. Yeah, well, what? 4 inches, 5 inches.
Yeah, you cleared the hedge.
So I guess I could come forward a little bit more just so we're,
Just so you're out in the open.
well, actually, your hatch is actually farther back than mine.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I might be better off just hanging right there, and I might be invisible.
All right.
Okay, so now I try and spot you, right?
I'm already spotted.
Okay, so I target you.
Targeting. All right. I think that's just an automatic thing, right?
No idea.
Yeah, the targeting is an action. I'll look at it, but yeah, you need to wait another turn to fire, though.
Maybe. Well,
Unless you got some kind of event card that lets you fire.
it's an action.
Yeah. You got an event card? Special event card for that? Well, we'll check it out. He just moved up. There's nothing we can see where cover causes any kind of modifier. The only thing that causes a modifier is if you move, if you're aimed, or just spotted, or if you're nothing and snap firing. But cover itself, aside from I think hold down maybe, causes, isn't that a defensive bonus?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. I believe it's.
So there's not a whole lot of modifiers for shooting, except for on your own tank. If you move, if you're shooting spotted, if you're shooting aimed, if you're shooting with neither. Okay, so that's tank 1. Tank 2, Fred Stevens. I was 6 inches away, but I did a reverse order. But first I'm going to again fire the 50 cal at the strong point. Oh, so We got so close that time, guys.
You almost hit the bush.
And then we're going to do our reverse move of 4 inches.
I can't see you.
We're still out of sight. Next up is the Hetzer. His command. Hey,
Hey,
big surprise
look
there.
at
He's
that.
moving forward. Okay. Lankowski's Hetzer just moved up and then scooted. Now he's up
And I guess
against
I'm
it.
cheating a little bit. I should have just gone straight.
He is right up against it, though.
And
Okay, that's that. And then finally, it's going to be Cox's Pershing. We got an HE shell. I got a halt command. We're going to see if we can clear that that building. Cox is going to fire. So we have a halt command. So the Pershing is HE3. So I get 3d6. If I didn't have a halt command, I would drop one, I think. But I do have a halt command specifically for this. I want the best chance to blow up that building. So I know there's some krauts hiding in there. I just got to fire a big ass HE shell in. Boom. Oh, 3. I got 3 5s and 6s, Andre. So I just blew that house to hell.
so you had a 72% chance of success.
Blew that out of the water. So that ambush terrain has now been cleared. That's 1 point for me.
Travis is winning.
And I unload my HE.
And he's unloaded.
And I'm unloaded. At least I'm unloaded. And that's it. So this is now going to be third phase of this turn. Hands are issued.
Okay.
Starting with the Panzer IV.
What? What?
He's doing a halt.
What does that mean? Means
a
I'm
halt
just
command.
sitting there.
Yep. Means you're going to
And
sit
you're
right there.
targeted.
Am I targeted? No, I'm spotted.
You're not targeted.
I'm not targeted.
Okay. Then I should target you, shouldn't I?
You should.
Okay, I target you.
All right, Andre is targeted. Cox is Pershing.
And if I want to fire, I'd need to have good teamwork, right?
What does it say?
Says teamwork.
What does that have to do with anything?
Those hours of extra drill finally pay off.
Okay.
When one of your tanks performs a tactical action, which was to target you,
Yep.
effect, your tank may perform an extra tactical action during this action phase.
All right. So all the hard work is paid off for Milholland's crew and the Panzer IV. We'll see what happens here. He's going to take a shot at the Pershing. Okay, he's taking a shot. He gets 3 dice for being a targeted shot, needing a 5. I see a 5.
Got a 5.
Okay, so he's hit.
And this would be better
Panzer
against...
IV has hit hit my tank, my Pershing.
Hold!
What's that do? Your gunner calmly waits for the perfect moment to take the shot. Resolve the shot against the target's side arc. Okay, resolve. So you got to take a test. So you're a 2+. Just don't roll a 1. Because 1 is a fail and a calamity. Oh, he just
But I
got
reroll 1s, right?
not against test, I think.
Okay. Not wasting any points there.
So a side arc shot.
So side arc.
So what's your armor? Or I mean, what's your? You're 7. Armor pen 7 at long range, which is over 18. So Andre, we've rolled. So once you hit, you have to roll to see where you hit. So 1 is the running gear, 2 to 4 is the hole, 5 and 6 is the turret, and he did hit on the side because of that card. So he's hitting me with an armor of
7.
7. My whole
an
armor.
AP of 7.
AP of 7. My whole side armor is 9. I'm gonna stack some sandbags up against my side armor, which will give me a +2 to the shot.
That was close.
Let me guess, you got a card to defeat it? Reaction cancels any asset or event card. Alright. Okay, we'll go ahead then. 7 against 9.
So I roll a die.
Yeah.
Or
Let me check. Looking for a 1, yeah. So he's got to add d6 to 7 or whatever it is. 7,
That's,
just a
full on
penetrating hit. Yeah.
we have penetration.
Okay. Now what happens? First I'll do some hole damage. So it's a damaging and penetrating hit.
So I got hold damage.
And now I roll a d6, right?
Let me check. So the process is quite complex. There's quite a few things we got to do here. So the first thing I do, I'm unbuttoned. So I got to roll on the unbuttoned commander table. I got a 3, which means shaken. The commander must immediately button up. All right. So the whole hit made my commander button up. Okay. So the next thing we need to do, since it's a penetrating hit, is see if it's just outright destroyed. So the more you penetrate by, the easier it is. So if your hit is 4 greater than the armor, it's just automatically destroyed. Andre, if he rolls a 1 here, I'm destroyed. He only went over by 1. Right.
Seriously?
It's one of these games again. All right, we're not pulling back. It's not impossible for me. It's going to be difficult, but technically I could still win this. I have 1 point for 1 piece of ambush terrain. All I need is for Fred Stevens to clear 2 more pieces of ambush terrain and the time run out.
Hey,
and then I win.
To be tank number 2's turn.
And then I win. So Fred Stevens, it's all on you. Sadly, Andrew Cox, we lost a great American today. He died in his Pershing here in the streets of nondescript German village, like so many other fine young men. So anyway, we'll keep going. So Cox is out of the game, but Stevens will press on, and he had a left turn dialed up. Stevens, he's come over. He's made a left turn. That was our signed command. Move 4 inches, then we scooted up. So we're out of line of sight of the Hetzer now. But we are kind of sticking out here, ready to get shot by the Panzer IV, who is unloaded now, after he did in poor old Cox. So it's tank 4.
Tank 3.
Tank 3, I'm sorry. And that is the Hetzer, right?
Yep.
So what's his order, Andre?
He is also doing a
He's doing a left turn?
right turn.
A right turn. Ah, okay. Right turn Clyde.
So we will right turn. So I would go 4 inches.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go up to there. I should really, because if I turn, I'm getting that extra. It's almost like if you're doing a turn, you should pivot on a central point.
You do. Yeah, it's only
It
the
does say
pivot.
that?
The turn is different than a pivot, yeah.
Okay, so I would actually wind up off the hedge
Yeah,
doing that.
I think so. Yeah,
That's kind of unfortunate.
yeah, it's different than the pivot.
And 4 inches up, and can I do another? I can't do another actual turn maneuver, can I?
No. You can do a scoot. Pretty much all you can do. He just moved up, scooted forward 5 a little bit, 5 again. So he's paralleling the Greyhound. And tank 4 was Cox, who's now out of action. And we move on to
Action 3.
action 3, and we'll assign our moves. Use 3, and turn tank 1 is again the hero
Hey,
of
look at
Germany.
that.
It's a Hulk command.
So gonna try and throw an AP shell all the way into the breach.
Yep, just need a 2. Oh no, it's a 1. It's a failure and a calamity.
But no,
Oh, you got a card?
no.
What?
I get to reroll ones.
Is it for loading or is that just shooting?
Oh, that's just shooting?
I don't know. Let me check. He has to roll again. If he rolls a 1 on this one, it's a calamity. Otherwise, it's just a failure. No, so it's just a fail.
I was going to say, that's pretty hard. Well,
So
I
he
couldn't
just-
fail. I either succeed or I calamity. The way
Yeah.
we're looking at it, it's like, damn.
But no, you roll another one. So he just doesn't load.
Well, that sucks.
Well, you had to
Okay.
fail at something at some point in the game.
No, I don't.
Tank 2 then?
Gear up.
All right. Gonna right turn. I'm just gonna go straight for it.
Shit, here he comes.
I could have gone all the way around, but man, that would take all night. So we're gonna make a right turn. Move up 4. And then we're gonna scoot 6 more. Nice. So that's gonna be just past the building here. There we go. All right, we're going to shoot the gap. And then next up is going to be the Hetzer. So what's his order?
It's not move forward and pivot and shoot, unfortunately.
What was it?
I didn't see you charging me. He's doing a left turn.
Oh, interesting. So I judged right. So he's going to now turn left and go forward 4 inches. Whoops.
And I'm gonna go ahead and
Scoot. You can scoot backwards too. But you take the lowest of the two. Yeah, yeah. You can scoot backwards. So you might be better off scooting backwards.
Yeah, no, I'll scoot back.
Yeah. So normally it's you roll for scoot. It's if you're moving forward, use 2d6. Pick the highest. Reverse is 2d6. Pick the lowest.
Okay.
So that's not a bad move.
Cool.
We'll scoot backwards. All right. And that's it for that turn. So Andre, you get to decide now. Do you want to roll 1 or 2 dice to advance time?
We want this thing to end.
Wow. Okay, so we go up 11 minutes. So 7 plus 11, that's 18. So we can just put it at 8 and 10. And then we'll reset that. And then we will get new event cards.
Yeah.
I'm at 3 cards. So I had started with 5, so I can draw 2 cards. How many cards you got left?
I got 2.
So you can draw 3 cards. Huh. Well, well, well. What do you know? Okay. All right. We'll look at our cards. So Andre, he's drawn 1 and 2, of course, and I got 3. But I did get a reinforcement card, Andre.
Yeah.
And it's an extra reinforcements card. When drawn, discard this card and activate 2 asset cards chosen from those you purchased before the start of the game.
Wow.
So I can now clear 2 ambush points. So I have infantry. GIs lay down a withering curtain of fire as they advance. Choose a piece of ambush terrain. The terrain now counts as cleared, or choose a strong point and roll 2 dice. The strong point is cleared on a roll of 6. I will just choose a regular piece of ambush terrain to clear. So I'll discard that. I'll clear this hedge here.
Okay.
Okay, so I put that to clear because there's a chance you can reoccupy those. If you get the right card, you can bring more dudes up. I'm guessing you have that card. Just I'm assuming Andre has all the cards he needs at every moment.
It's all about the cards.
It is all about the cards. I'm also going to play Combat Engineers. U.S. Combat Engineers clear the battlefield of obstacles as the armor advances. Effects: clear a piece of ambush terrain or a strong point. Or remove a wreck from the table, or remove a section of tank trap. So I'm going to clear a strong point.
Damn.
Where are your strong points?
Oh, they're all over the place.
You had one there. I might as well clear this strong point.
You didn't. What about this one?
Yeah, you can keep that one. So I'm going to clear it. So I had my engineers and my infantry appeared magically and cleared all this out for me.
Look at that. You're winning the game.
And I'm winning the game by 1 point. And all I got to do is survive until the end of the time runs out. So that's going to be rough. So anyway, do you have anything you're going to do with the cards you just pulled?
No.
Okay. So we'll go on to the next turn, action 1. And again, the Panzer IV will go first. Okay, what do you got? What do you got there, Mel Holland? A signed move.
Hey, look.
It is a halt. Okay. So he's gonna try to load again, straight to the breach.
How hard could it be?
Yeah, no problem.
Throw it in.
You got it. It's
All
loaded up. All right, so he's loaded.
And that's.
So tank 2 is going to be Lankowski's Hetzer, which is.
So you don't get an extra action when you're halted?
Nope.
Bummer.
Nope. You just get the 1 action, unless you got a card or something.
No.
Nope. He's
Okay.
So you are unbuttoned, right?
Oh yeah.
So can't you try to do a free spot action?
I suppose.
Yeah. Might as well try to spot. And you have a veteran commander. So he's spot. So he's spotted Stevens in the Greyhound, and he's loaded. All right. And next up is going to be Lankowski.
So I could do a snapshot, but
Yeah,
it'd be like one dice.
I think you need like 2 dice and both need 5s. On 5 on 2d6. Because a snapshot is you roll 2 dice and you need both of them to get the hit score, which would be 5 plus it over 18.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that hard.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next command is
Yes, sir. He's making a left turn.
right turn.
Right turn.
So I can come forward 4 and then turn, or
Yeah. Yep.
actually.
You can do it either way.
So I've got to do the full turn, right?
Yep.
I
And then-
can't just do a partial turn.
I think you can. Let me check. The Hetzer made a right turn, moved up 4. He went to spot. He's unbuttoned, so he passed the test, which was a free spot, and then he went to target. What are you rolling for?
Targeting.
I think you would just automatically do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
So you're targeted now.
I'm targeted and spotted. Yeah.
Is there a reason you weren't targeted and spotted from the?
Panzer 4.
Yeah, because.
Well, you loaded. You didn't.
Oh, okay. I loaded and spotted.
I think that you couldn't do the spot though. I think you have to issue, like you have to say my
Okay,
action is spot.
So I would have spotted, and then
You would have to do that
loaded,
first. Yes.
which I would have done it in that order
Yeah.
because.
Yeah, I don't think you can't just say I'm going to load and then oh by the way I'm going to try to spot you for free. You have to declare
Okay.
I'm spotting.
So
But anyway, now that we know that, it's fine. So now it is the Greyhound's turn, and our Greyhound has a left turn Clyde order, and we're going to try to not get shot. So we're going to go there and 4 inches up. And then we're going to have we need a hell of a scoot here, boys. A 4-inch scoot.
that will get you most of. Oh, that's a 4-inch scoop.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll check it. The Panzer IV has lost line of sight to the Greyhound, but the Hetzer can still see it. Now we move on to phase 2. And we'll issue orders. Orders are issued. Let's start with the Panzer IV. What's he going to do? Full ahead.
But.
Yeah, and having the things pre-planned like that, because we're just talking this like, if I can, his best chance right now is if he can get a shot off with the Hetzer on me, which he should be able to, because he's targeted. He's got me targeted. I guess the only question is,
Hey, I can
his turretless
see you
tank?
again.
Can his turretless
I can
tank
target
hit me?
you.
Okay, but I'm going to move, assuming I survive the Hetzer rear shot.
So
He moved up. Okay, he moved up.
So there's no way I can spot, target, and
Have to snap
Fire?
fire.
I think that's all I've got. I mean,
You can't see me. How the hell are you seeing my Greyhound from there?
grab an edge.
Yeah, no way.
I can. What do you mean, no way?
I don't see what you're seeing. Okay, maybe you can see the red tail light there.
I was catching that whole back corner.
Well, you can scoot. So we can't even snap fire. He is loaded.
Yeah, there's.
Okay.
Why bother?
All right, the Hetzer then. So the Hetzer's loaded and he's aimed,
I
right?
guess I can.
He
turn
turned
my
his turret. So the Hetzer is aimed and loaded. He is turretless. I'll have to check the rules for that, but I think you should be able to get a shot from the arc. So this could be for the game.
Lankowski, he's already aimed and spotted at the Hetzer, the Greyhound. And hold on, free roll, I got some cards here.
Ah, no cards.
So first thing I want to do is this quick reaction. So your commander reacts to the enemy by firing first. Hold on there, maybe I can't even do that.
No, you can. Look, you hit that building right there. I can see the brick where the mortar got plastered out.
It's too bad that wasn't an ambush point. When the enemy is about to fire the main gun, the commander of the target tank must make a crew test. If the test is passed, the target may perform an immediate fire main gun action. Okay, well, my main gun's pointing the wrong way, so forget that one. But I will do fog of war. Gun smoke and dust throw up by tank tracks obscure the view. Play anytime. Effects place a smoke marker on any friendly or enemy tank. I guess I'll put it on yours because I'm about to move anyway, which I think loses smoke.
Okay.
So we'll see what that does. Sadly, we don't have the smoke markers handy to put smoke on it, but the Hetzer has smoke on it, or the dust from the tires of the Greyhound, which means he reduces his dice by 1. So he needs 5 on 2d6 now.
1-5 on
A5, yep.
A5.
Oh, you missed.
That's a 3.
Lankowski misses the shot.
At least I'm unloaded.
At least he's unloaded, which means that Stevens is probably going to survive for a while at least. So it is Stevens and the Greyhound's turn. Yeah, Stevens has a straight ahead order. Okay. Before he moves, Andre decided he's got a card he wants to play.
Bad timing. Tank stalls at a critical moment. I think this qualifies.
This is critical. Yeah.
The tank may not move during its movement action this phase and may only make a pivot maneuver by using a tactical action. It can perform a scoot action as normal.
Okay, well I will do a scoot action then, and a pivot, or one or the other. We'll scoot. We're scooting up. Yeah, snake eyes.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? It's like
Rolling like Andre.
Hell yeah. It really was bad timing. The engine stalled. They just kind of lurched forward. All right, so that's phase 2. Now we move on to the last phase of this turn. Last of the phases for this turn, so see Panzer IV is going to do a right turn.
So we'll come forward 4.
Right turn, Clyde. Okay.
And
He's already loaded.
we could throw a smoke grenade.
You could scoot.
Okay, scoot.
Scoot's always a nice choice. Gives you an extra move.
Scoot's usually about all there is.
Yeah, so I think he's going to have to try to box me in. So if he can get up to...
I can't box you in your... Well,
You could.
I say that.
You can cut me off from going this way.
I need
by
more
getting your
bad
hands
timing.
Yeah, you need that. That's a handy one to have.
Yeah.
All right, so next is the Hetzer.
Okay.
What's his command?
Hey, he's halted.
Okay.
Imagine that.
He's halting.
So he will try and throw a shell in.
Okay. And he's got a... Oh, he does. Yep. 3+ for his gunner.
And that's all I can do, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's your action. So it's on to the Greyhound. About to drive ahead forward is my order, but more cards are coming.
Well, did you see the minefield?
Oh, I did not see the minefield.
Well,
When
that's
an enemy tank
unfortunate.
executes a movement action using any command other than halt, the tank driver must make a crew test. The tank avoids the mines. Fail, the tank receives tire damage. Calamity, the tank receives 2 tire damage. And you're destroyed on 2 tire damage, right? So I need to pass a truth. Luckily, my crew is... no, my driver. 3+. Come on, boys. Oh no, he failed. Hold on. My driver has a charmed life. When you fail a crew test, you may re-roll the crew test. Don't even start going look at your cards. I'm going to try to pass it again. Yeah, we pass. All right.
Okay.
He's charmed.
All right, hang on.
Okay. He's got more cards.
Okay, but that dude was having a bad day.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Oh man, I just used the one that was Charm Life. That's the one that I just used to pass it, was the one that could have canceled that. So I need 2 of those. He needs a doubly Charm Life, so I need to do it again. No problem. Oh yeah, a 5. Alright, so we got a stack of... Okay,
Okay.
what's next?
An unseen obstacle.
When the enemy tank executes a movement using any command other than halt, the tank driver must make a crew test as though they're an area of ambush terrain. Alright, can I pass another crew test? Yes. Yeah.
So I was really thought I was going to be using all these on your crap driver over here, but
Hell yeah, man! My Greyhound.
yeah,
He made it through the minefield. He made it through the unseen obstacle.
yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. And now we will execute our move. Let's move forward 8 inches. I guess I have an action. Maybe I should turn my turret around. Nah. What action? Oh, scoot. We're gonna scoot 4 inches. So we'll just move up to there.
No, that gets you out of line of sight of my other side.
Oh, damn! I didn't see that. Like I perfectly stopped. Oh my god! Holy cow, that would have been bad. It's like, all right, we're in the clear, boys. Suddenly,
Okay.
boom!
We got out of line of sight. Park it right here.
Yeah, come on. Let's go see if those mines did any damage. Okay. Yeah, thank God we got out of there. Okay, so we move on. This is actually the next turn we're moving on
Yep.
to. I'll roll. See how much time is. I'm using both.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Time flies.
So we're
up 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Wow. That was really bad. We get to
We're pushing halfway through the game.
we get to restock our.
I'm gonna discard one.
I'm pulling 3 cards.
I'm pulling 5.
You can only pull 3. You can only pull as many as your highest commander. You can't pull 5 at once.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay.
Yep. Okay. We'll see what we got. Oh, let's see what we got over here. We won't tell Andre what we got here. You've been forgetting to do radio checks. Oh no, we only do them at the beginning of the turn. That's right. So you do need to do one now, Andre. Oh. That's not horrible. All right. So Andre's drawing a reinforcement card. And what are you going to play?
I guess I'll play my sniper.
Sniper. So he's going to try to snipe Stevens, who's still unbuttoned, by the way.
Well, that is...
Choose an unbuttoned enemy commander. He must either button up immediately for the rest of the game or roll these. I'll just button up. We'll just get inside where it's safe.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we got our 3 things here, so I will mix these up. Andre, you pick 2. So again, Andre's got 1 and 2. Somehow. It's uncanny. He's not watching.
Somehow.
He's not watching. He's just pulling the 2. Okay, and it's the same order. Or no, we got to do a radio check.
Oh.
See. That's what we forgot to do last turn. Oh, he failed the radio
Wow.
check. So technically you're supposed to put those here. I'll randomize them again, and then you will put them on.
You put them on. So you want this one here?
Yep.
So you wanted this to be number 1 and this to be number 2?
It was meant to be. All right, so we'll issue our orders. It's number 1 here.
Move it on.
Straight ahead. So the Panzer IV will just move 6.
And then he will...
Scoot. He's loaded too. Hey, a bullseye.
Another one. Look at him go.
What do you call that again?
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
Bullseyes.
So tank 2 is going to be the Hetzer, who's over there.
Look at those bullseyes.
It could be, man. It's a good. If you needed ones, it'd be bullseyes.
Okay.
It's making a left turn. That's interesting.
So
It's a cat and mouse game here.
4 inches and a turn, right?
He's trying to box me in, which since I'm a wheeled vehicle, I can't. If I go in here, I can't get out.
Oh.
Yeah, because I can't go through this terrain as a wheeled vehicle.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like trapped. If I go in here, I'm in a trap.
Okay, so I actually do kind of have a shot at.
Yeah, I think you can get me.
The trick is I don't want to drive through any hedgerows.
Yeah, make a hole for me.
Make a hole.
Okay, so what was your action going to be for the headser?
He's gonna go ahead and scoot him.
6-inch scoot, yeah. It's going to be tough for the wheeled vehicle. Yeah, if I had a tank, I could just drive through.
Yeah.
Because if I had a tank, I might turn around and start shooting. I think my armor's 1 at long range or something.
You're up.
All right.
Turn was.
I did a
gonna
right
box
turn.
you in.
Yeah, I did a right turn. Damn it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he'll move up. Yeah, there's no way out. I'm trapped. I'm trapped in here.
Sir, are you sure you said right turn?
And I'm trying to pass time. Rolling 2 1s ain't gonna do it. I guess I load my main gun. And with a light gun like this, you can just go straight in. You don't have to screw it. I might have to get a side shot on you. So that's it for phase 1. Because I have a reconnaissance card.
Ah.
Your opponent, I'll wait.
Okay.
Wait till you have more cards in your hand so I can pick one. So, issue orders. I guess I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. Trap back here. What's up? Here we go. Milholland's Panzer
What am I doing?
We got straight ahead.
What?
Oh, straight ahead.
6 inches.
He's coming up, boys.
6 inches.
It's not good. And your action?
No, scoop.
Scoot. I think you might be able to squeeze through there.
Well, or just get right up to it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. You might to get through there. You might. Yeah,
You have to pivot.
Yeah. All right. So the
That would be a
headser.
problem.
What's the headser's order?
Do I get to pivot on a?
Pivot would be the finger thing, right? So.
Yeah. Can I do that after a move? Or?
Yeah. I think you can do it any time you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Before,
So I can
after.
pivot right now.
If that's your action, yeah.
Well, my action was to scoot.
Oh, then I don't think
So
you
the
can do
pivot
it.
is a full action.
Well, I think it's part of your regular move. I don't think you
So I
can't
have
pivot
to
on a
do
scoot.
it- Okay.
You got to go straight. Yeah.
Well, hello.
Yeah. So onto the headser then.
Okay. And hey,
Straight ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna get cut off. I made a mistake making that right turn.
big time. And
It's not looking good.
I would pivot now.
Yeah. Now you can do a pivot. That's your action, right?
That'll be my action.
You could try to do a free pivot. There is a free pivot you can do if you pass it, but you have a 1-star driver, so you can do 4+, and then you'd be able to do another action.
What happens if I don't do a free pivot?
If you fail,
No, I mean, what's the difference between doing a free pivot action and a
well, free pivot
action?
would mean you can do another action after, because it's free, so you'd be able to pivot and move or do something else. I just pivoted.
And I might as well pick up my sighted.
He
marker.
decided to do just the pivot action just so it was guaranteed to happen. All right, so it's on to Stevens and the Greyhound. Let's see what he's doing. And it's just turned into the enemy.
Alrighty.
Yeah. All right. So phase 2. I'm just gonna surrender. We're gonna bail out and run. We're gonna go back to the HQ, back to the CP, get a new Greyhound. Pretty much though, I can't. Being wheeled really screwed me. I made the mistake going right here was a mistake. Although going left would have maybe bought me a little bit of time, but eventually it would have been the same outcome.
I'd have had to have hit you as you were flying past.
Yeah.
I'd and then once you got back into, onto. I mean, yeah. There's,
I don't think I could have made it.
actually, you're kind of boxed here also on each. This is the only piece of terrain with 3 outlets, and that has 3 outlets.
Yeah.
So if you could have bounced back and forth between these two, you might have been able to stall me out.
But time is moving so slow.
Yeah.
It's only been 20 minutes of game time. Real time, it's been hours. We got another, I mean, yeah. And you roll snake eyes on that when you're trying to make time go, that's really bad.
Really,
That's a killer. So yeah, I'm just going to, I mean, I can't go that way. If I had a tank, I could try to bust out through the hedges over there and do maybe even fight back. I mean, I got a AP 2. My AP is 2 on this gun. So and the only hit that has a side armor of 3. So if I got to the side of the hetzer, I had a good chance to take it out. But
Well, and also though, you've got cards that can clear other points. So the chances of you being able to get.
no, I don't have any more cards I can clear. I'm done. I got an airstrike card as my last card.
There aren't any. Those are only. Okay, I was thinking that
There was only 2 reinforcement cards.
that the event cards could clear stuff too.
No, it's only these.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the engineers and the infantry.
Nice.
And I think if there was a third one, I would have brought it. So I just brought airstrike, thinking maybe I could take out one of your tanks with the airstrike. Because if I would have got a reinforcement card, and suddenly one of your tanks blows up from a P-47, then I would have a real chance. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's game over.
So my other card was an 88,
Oh damn!
but you're back.
Oh, you had to fire from your own edge.
I had to fire it from my edge, and I mean, I can see a lot of the board from my edge.
If I was like out here, at 88. It's funny though, because I had a card reconnaissance that I could have taken one of your cards. So if I took the 88, does that mean my guys like captured your 88 and started shooting it at your own guys?
Ooh.
It's like the Americans captured the 88 and were firing it on the tanks. I should have done that. Oh man, I could have had an 88 shot on the side armor of that hetzer.
Or rear armor of the.
No, because it would have to come from my edge.
Unless you captured it over here.
That would be funny. American crude 88 takes out a German tank. That's like something you see in a movie.
Yeah.
But anyway,
cards are pretty wild.
Cards are wild. So we're doing the wrap up. We'll just do it right now. See, I like this game. As far as tank only games, which I mean, I'm not like a huge tank guy. I do like tanks, but I know some guys are like love tanks. That's their thing. And if that's your thing, this is definitely a good game. I had fun with it, and I think it flowed very well. The cards are awesome. They're flying a lot more. I think we played another game recently that had cards, didn't we? I think we kept forgetting to use them or something. I don't remember, but
we play several games with cards, but yeah.
But these cards were like, they're useful.
They're super useful.
Maybe are they too useful?
Potentially. I mean, I am having trouble seeing how to. I mean, it would be a totally different game without the cards.
But a lot of the cards have counters though, so you can counter. Yeah, some of them are really good, but some of them can also be countered.
Yep.
So that's good. And the reinforcement cards in this particular mission, I mean not the reinforcement cards, what are these? The asset cards. They're really nice. You have to pay for them, but I knew I was clearing obstacle or ambush points, so I just brought the 2 that I could, and it actually gave me the lead in the game briefly.
Yeah.
But I like the game. I like the mechanics. I like that you can move every turn. I mean, I don't want to compare it to What a Tanker. This isn't a What a Tanker video, but just it's in compare because that's a similar game. It's tank only.
Yeah.
But it's a lot different. There's no cards, and it's just very random. There's random movement. It's random what you can do. It's almost all randomness.
This is very much less random.
Yeah.
But it's almost frustratingly slow too. I'm loading, or I'm grabbing the round. I'm breaching the round. Loading the round.
Yeah.
I'm targeting. I'm pulling the trigger. Getting a shot off is not easy, and
Nope.
especially when your opponent has that many opportunities to move out of line of sight, which we got a ton of
On
line of
this board,
sight
yeah.
blocking terrain on the board.
Yeah,
So,
maybe in a more open board would be a little bit easier because you could keep people in line of sight and load and just fire more often. Yeah,
Well-
this board is hard to.
yeah.
It's hard for that, but I don't know. It's still. It's easier than what a tanker is still because you know the acquire, like you had to so many acquires because you had the terrain intervening, so you need like
Yeah.
3 acquires, and it's like you gotta have 2. Well, I didn't get 2 acquired, so then anyway,
Well-
this isn't. I'm not. I do like what a tanker is. Just a lot different than this game, so I don't want to bash on it, but it does have some issues. But no game is perfect.
Well,
This
and-
game is not perfect either, but it's.
Yeah, this one, we had all this hard cover, and it does nothing for you.
The cover thing is weird, yeah. There's no mechanic that we found that, hey, I'm behind this hedge, but it doesn't
Unless we're just missing it.
do it. Yeah,
It's
maybe.
possible.
It's quite possible we're missing it. There's hole down, but that's
But-
specifically ambush terrain, it says.
Right.
So maybe there should be some kind of modifier for, I don't know what you would modify. What would you, the dice to roll, the hit? I don't know.
We're speculating.
Yeah. But anyway, I do like this game. I think it's fun. It really flowed very fast. I know this video is pretty long, and we spent a lot of time in real time just going through the rule book and stuff. But we just picked it up pretty fast. I'm sure we made mistakes, but as you're going, it's like, okay, now you do this, now you do this, now you do this. If you got really good at the rules, I could see this game actually moving very quickly.
It'd be 4 or 5 times faster
Yeah,
than
you'd be
we
just
were playing.
flying through it.
I mean, the actual activation of each tank is pretty quick most of the time because it's fairly rare that you're actually firing a shot. Maybe once what do you call the 3 turn?
A turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get a shot off every turn, you're probably cranking through pretty good.
Yeah, and you fired 2 shots. One that killed the Pershing, which is just completely random single shot heavy tank kill from long range
With a couple good cards.
with cards. The
Well-
card, it was all, yeah.
And I got another shooting card.
Another one?
Bullseye. Play when one of your tanks fires at a target. When rolling to hit, you may re-roll any or all of the dice.
Wow.
Yeah. Or you may re-roll a result on the hit location table.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a good card. Maybe the cards are a little bit OP,
Yeah. Well, like I said,
but they speed things up.
Yeah. I have trouble seeing how to do this without the cards.
Yeah, without the cards, it would be a slog. The cards give they boost up everything and they make things move faster.
Yeah. I never would have made that kill without
No,
cards.
nope. So I do like the cards, and they are, like I said, they have counters, and there's, yeah. So
It's not unbalanced. It's just it's a very different dynamic.
yeah. So overall, I like this game. I would play it again. We might play it again. There's a little campaign. Maybe we'll go through that. We can keep track of the stuff. But I can see myself learning this and getting good at this a lot faster than some other tank games, which are just like impossible to master for me, just because of the randomness. It's like you can never plan anything. It's like, all right, okay, we're gonna flank around this way. No, you're not. Why not? Because you can't move. Or if you do move, it's like you move 2 inches. And then maybe next time you'll get to. Yeah, it drives me nuts, man. So having the ability to move consistently and scooting, giving you even more move. There's a lot more movement.
There's a lot more movement.
Yeah, there's a lot
This
more
has a lot of motion.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, look at where you are. You started way the hell over there. You're already over here.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, yeah, that would take a long time. And what a tanker, that to get from there to here would be like, would take forever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it took a long time in real time just because we don't know what we're doing. But anyway, yeah. So overall, what do you think? You like this game, Andre?
Sure.
I
Yeah.
like
It's definitely needs more playthrough to really get a feel for it and
Yeah.
have an understanding of the tactics. But the way it's laying out right now, it looks like it's really about trying to burn through the cards and having a plan and getting the right cards to execute it is kind of how I see this, playing out.
Playing the cards.
It's
remembering the cards, big time. So anyway, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and call it now. It's been a long game, and this video is pretty long now. So again, apologies for any mistakes we made. I'm sure we made a lot. Thanks again to Warlord, and I don't want to sound like I'm not bashing on What a Tanker. It's a fun game in its own way. It's just a lot different as far as tank games go. It's maybe more realistic, if you want to call it that. More geared towards simulating the uncertainty of war. We'll say that. And then this game is more fast-paced. I think it's a faster-paced game. But both are good tank games. If you're a tank guy, you know you can't go wrong with checking out both of them. They're both worth getting. So anyway, thanks to Andre. Thanks to our live stream guys as well. Appreciate them coming by and sticking around with us this whole time. And check out our channel sponsors. Check out our Instagram stuff, our Facebook, our Patreon if you want to help support the channel. Twitter as well. And yeah, so let us know what you guys thought of this game. And we'll see you guys next time.